Top of the third here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Angels 3, D-backs 1. Alongside Mark Gubizza, I'm Patrick O'Neill. Pleased to be joined by Angels general manager Perry Minasian. Perry, that last half inning, that's exactly what Angels fans, you yourself, the entire coaching staff can look forward to seeing more of this season. That was nice to see.
Absolutely. How fun is it to see Mike Trout out there?
A lot of fun,
man. Music to my ears.
Having him healthy, 100% healthy, and just swinging the bat like that, Perry. What do you like best?
Oh, he looks good. He looks good. He's extremely motivated, came in great shape. He's ready to go.
Yeah, and you have a lot of good swings at the plate. Everyone going right back up the middle of the other field, even Shohei Ohtani to left center field. So it's great to see that when guys are just having, usually in spring training, you know you've been around the game forever. Guys are just trying, hitters are just trying to get their timing going up the middle, to see and read pitches.
We've done a lot of situational hitting this spring, and I think we're seeing it, obviously, today.
New pitcher for the Angels, Mike Myers. And you know, Perry, the Angels bullpen, and Mike Myers, does see a swing and a miss. And Jake McCarthy really revamped. And last year, you had to see, you know, Iggy Iglesias go 6-out saves, 4-out saves, 5-out saves. I mean, you've locked up Ryan Tepera, Archie Bradley, Aaron Loop, who had such an incredible season last year, minuscule ERA, Ed Myers, Austin Warren, Ty Buttrey is possibly in the mix, Quijada. This was one of your priorities, was it not?
100%. Yeah, Iggy was priority one.
Yes.
Just obviously bringing him back, what he was able to do for us last year, and then building a support cast around him. Aaron Loop, we feel like, is one of the best lefties in baseball. Ryan Tepera, Archie Bradley, track records, we like where we're at.
In starting pitching, you got Noah Syndergaard, who threw the ball, and we saw it in batting practice the other day, and everyone's, even Shohei Ohtani's going, wow. We saw Michael Lorenzen yesterday in that game. You were watching that too. Next to us, 2 innings, outstanding stuff, 22 pitches. That's what's important when you have a bullpen, a lockdown bullpen. You can have those the starters, maybe in the beginning part of the season, maybe they're going 5 or 6 innings before they stretch it out, but you have that bullpen, lockdown bullpen, big.
We felt like in a short spring, you know, starters might not be as stretched out as they normally would be. Heading into the season, we felt like depth in the bullpen was really important. We took some chances on guys. There's obviously risk to Noah. Being part of drafting him in Toronto, I really like the guy. I'm betting on the human being. We're betting on the human being as far as a baseball operations standpoint. He is extremely motivated, one of the hardest workers I've seen, committed to his craft. I expect him to have a big year. When you look at a guy like Lorenzen, always wanted to start, always wanted the chance to take the ball every 5, every 6 days here, and he will get that opportunity. We like what we see.
Well, starting pitching obviously is something that is so crucial for this team. Ohtani, you have Syndergaard, you mentioned Lorenzen, Patrick Sandoval, you still have Suarez. Gooby could jump in with whoever I'm missing. I know
Reed Detmers in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you done? Because as a general manager, I know you're never finished. You're always looking to improve. But with what is still out there, where do you stand right now at the starting pitch?
Yeah, we're still trying to improve our pitching staff as a whole, whether that's starter or another quality reliever. You know, we're looking for outs, guys that can get outs, and rotation-wise, I think we saw it last year with Sandy and Suarez. Just maybe people weren't expecting them to have the years they had, and they got the opportunity and were able to take advantage of it. I do like our young arms. I think Reed Detmers and Jansen Junk and even Diaz is a crafty lefty who can really pitch. I mean, I think we're, you know, are we ever happy where we are? No. We're always searching to improve and get better any way we can, but rotation-wise, there's a lot of upside.
Carson Kelly fouls that one away. Mike Myers on the hill.
Yeah, Perry, you touched on it about, especially in a condensed, shortened spring training, how important is depth on your staff, whether it's the bullpen or starting staff. How important is that to have those guys that may not be on the roster at the very beginning, but they're there and ready to go and be contributors for you?
Really important. And the average team uses right around 13 starters a year. 10 of those starters get the bulk of the innings. I mean, it's definitely not a 5-man / 6-man rotation anymore. It's a 10-man rotation. It's a 15-man bullpen. We see it with position players. The days of playing 162 games, there's not many players that do that anymore. So it's a 3-man outfield when you're playing, but you need more than 3. It's a 4, it's a 5. Same thing on the infield. You need multiple guys to be able to do a lot of different things.
There's Renifo. Hey, you look it up the middle, you know, shortstop, right? That's a position. Do you see David Fletcher? Do you see Wade? Do you see Renifo? Jack Mayfield is in the mix. What do you see at shortstop?
I think we're comfortable with Fletch anywhere on the field, and he's one of those guys that has a nose for the ball. I think he's willing to do anything for this club. I think that's part of the reason why he's so admired by his teammates. Very comfortable with him playing short. We have some other options also that could play shortstop that we feel like have some upside. And middle infield wise, there's some opportunities there. And there's a battle at second base / shortstop because Fletch can flip-flop. You know, with that being said, whoever plays the best on both sides of the ball will get the opportunity.
I was did you pick, you know, Myers to be your pitcher when you came in, so it was like quick work here? Is
I
that
can stay another half inning if you need me. No problem.
I don't know. You may have somewhere else to go. Yeah, you got to go do radio. That's all planned. But can I ask you about your off season?
Sure.
Your life, your second year as GM. How's everything going for you? What's life like?
Everything's great. I'm a lot more comfortable this year, obviously, understanding the organization, who we are, and what we want to become, and putting things in place. And some of the staff moves. I think one of the most underrated moves of the offseason is what we did with the coaching staff. We've been able to add a lot of impact type coaches. I think Joe did a great job assembling that group, whether it's a Phil Nevin or a Benji Gill, a Ray Montgomery. You know, I think it's Bill Hasselman. I think those are all very respected guys throughout the industry that will bring a little, not only knowledge, but a little edge to the staff.
And you also brought a lot of guys into your player development in the minor leagues as far as coaching staff, and that's what's going to be big for you guys.
Yeah, we've definitely made some changes in PD, and we're able to bring in some people with long resumes, heavy track records, whether that's a Trey Hillman, whose resume speaks for itself, Rudy Jaramillo, who's part of our hitting group and is one of the best coaches I've been around.
He's one of the most respected hitting coaches in all of baseball.
He's been great since he's been with the big league club since the start of spring, and he's been helping, and obviously having that knowledge and track record, somebody that I think it's been a welcomed addition from our major league hitting coaches.
You saw Peralta with the double. Christian Walker coming up with 2 outs. Angels up 3-1 here, top of the third. It was nice to see Joe Adell, Brandon Marsh.
Absolutely.
The dynamic duo, best friends, and they sure can play baseball.
Yeah, it's one thing that somewhat underrated, and I think when you're around a club a lot, you see it, is energy. And the season is so long. Gooby can tell you it's a marathon. It's every day, Groundhog's Day. To have energy day in and day out is really, really important, because there's some tough trips. You show up and you fly from the West Coast to the East Coast, and you show up at 7 and you play that night. You need those types of guys to bring some energy to the club that particular day, and those 2 young men both do that.
Well, and getting that foot down, Joe was talking about, we talked about that during the game yesterday, how that timing, getting the foot down, but his power is prolific when he's getting that timing together.
100%. Yeah, I think we forget how young Joe is, and we put expectations on players maybe a little too early, and that's industry-wide. That's not just us, but I think he's shown his willingness to work and improve. And
that one gets by Trout. Walker with a RBI double. I imagine you get a lot of calls on Adell and Marsh. Would that be fair to say?
I think those are both obviously really talented young players that any club would like to have.
Yeah, in spring training, Perry, I mean, it's a short one.
Sure.
And you always have you and your scouts are looking at things. Is it more active, you think, because of a shortened spring training, because of roster moves, or is it pretty much the same as a normal spring training, but the condensed one seemed like everything is going quicker?
It's a little different just with the level of free agent that's still available. I think when you look at what's happened over the last week, you've seen some really quality players go off the board during spring training, which you normally don't see that many. So it's been pretty hectic. With that being said, I've been with, just depends on where you're at and what's available, and whether that's free agency, trade market. There's years where there seems like there's teams that are more open to trading during spring. Some teams wait. Some teams want to wait till the trade deadline and try and maximize value that way. So just depends where everybody is in their winning cycle and what they're trying to do.
Very early here, and Perry Minasian joins us. We could have our third out, so I'll have to save that one for another day. He's up to make the catch. Perry, thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thanks, Bert.